Hello everyone, class 7. This is Rashid Khan from Lakshmi Prasad Memorial Public School, Gola Bazar, Gorakhpur. Class we will discuss over here about the chapter number 17, which is given as the forest. Forest, our lifeline. How these forests are our lifeline? How we can say that? Here we have to know that forests play a most significant role in our daily life, in our life, you can say. How it is? You know that the forest have provide most type of essential elements or the essential material or essential things. What are these actually provided us? You know that plant, most of the plants that is from the forest as well. So plants is actually used for the wooden purpose as a wooden criteria. That means they can be used as a fuel. Fuel is what actually it is in the form of a wood. There are the different type of furnitures, different form of wooden materials that can also be made by the wood. It is in the form of a plant as well. Bark of a tree is as usual used as a medicines. Most of the plant can also be used as a medicines. The oils, some of the plants gives oils, some plants gives as their leaf in the form of a medicines, some of the plant gives the essential oil, most of the other plant can give the most important medicines. So in that form plant give us a different criteria. The most important criteria in which it can provide us what actually the oxygen. Why? Because due to the oxygen there is a life possible. Whatever it is, all living beings can survive with only the help of or only the presence or availability of the air on it. So the oxygen is most important sources that can be produced by the plants by the process of a photosynthesis. So the photosynthesis is done with the help of the carbon dioxide which is present in our surrounding, that can be consumed by the plants and they can form the food, and as a byproduct they can produce the oxygen, and this oxygen is used by the different living organism for their survival. We know that for the living organism there is a oxygen very important. Why? Because without the oxygen there is no possibility of the life on this earth. So we can say that it is the plant or it is the forest that can scan or balance the amount of oxygen and carbon dioxide as well, due to which there is an environment make us fit for our survival as well. Now we know that different form of material that can be provided by the plants. It is the most significant part of the plant that give us what actually the air, that is a oxygen. It can also supply or it can also losses from the aerial parts of the plant, that is in the form of water vapors from the aerial part, that is through the leaves as well. So the excess loss of a water proceed by the plants in the form of a transpiration through the leaves of the plant as well, and this can be very helpful, that can contribute to make a water cycle. Due to the water cycle there is a rains happen. So for the raining there is also need of a plant as well. So these are not only the single reason, this is not only the single reason, there are a lot of a reason on which we can be survive or which can be depend on the forest as well. So forest basically used for the different type of plants and their uses in our daily life. What they are explained, how they can be explained, what are the sources of the explanation. So we can say that first of all there are the strata or structure, of forest. It is also called as forest profile. So let's discuss on it. You know that forest is made up of different forms of layers, in which three layers are most important, that can contain about the forest floor, the herb layer, shrub layers, and as well as the canopy, that is the topmost layer. So here we will have to discuss about the plants that is in the form of a tree. So this is what we can say, this is the plant, and here we have to discuss on the tree. It is tree actually, and there is at the bottom, this is the bottom of a forest. Here numerous kind of smaller bushes, can be grown. This one having most of the microorganism in them, different type of a microorganism, and tiny smallest plant as well. What are these actually? These are the ferns, draperies, mosses, beetles, and bacteria. Different type of a microorganism can survive over there. This one is called as a forest floor. This one is termed as a forest floor. Next, after this, there is some of the plants that can form the greenish bushy like structure, that can be termed as what actually they are known as. This one is said to be herbs layer. There are herbs, are the herbs layer, and beyond to this there is some other plants that can have some uh, branch form plants that can have many branches in it, but they can't have very hard and strong branch as well. So as well, we know that this one is what actually we can say these are actually the second layer. This is what actually we can say these are the form in which the plant can grow in the form. So these are what actually, these are the trunk. This is trunk, what we can call it. This is the trunk. So in that sense we can say what it is actually. This one is known as a forest floor and that one is called as a herbs layer. That one is called as shrubs layer. Shrubs layer. This particular area is known as canopy and that part is called as this part called as what actually this is called, these are called as understory. This one is called understory. So we will do this. Sorry. So here we can do this. How it is make a different layers. First of all, here we can say very lower level, that is forest floor consisting of some of the very tiny microorganism as well as some of the animals that can be very smaller. They are the very small and they can contain as a bacteria, fungi, molds, mosses, thorn and spider. These are the different forms of a living organism are survive over there. That one is the greenish part, that are the The greenish part that we can see here, this one is known as a herbs. Why it is called as a herbs? Why? Because these are the very greeny in nature. They are having the vegetations, like this can be a vegetative part. Vegetation takes place in such a particular region. So this one is called as a greenish part of this forest is known as the forest. This one is known as a herbs layer. So in this herbs layer, there are mostly the greenish plant, or the greenish type of smaller plants can be kept over there, and the rest of the other that are the most many branches, the plant that have the most many branches, and they are a soft stem having some of the not very strong stem, but they are having many branches, as well as this is not so rigid, this is not so hard and thick, but it is this cannot be grow or developed as a tree, and but it is just is stronger than that of the herbs plants, or that of the herbs or the vegetation as well. So we can say that in that manner, these are the plants that can neither be very hard, neither be very strong, but they have most of the branches in them. They have the very soft trunk, or you can say the very soft stem as well. So in this way we can say, that there is a type of a plant. This can contain, that is what actually this one is canopy. So we can know how that this can be identified. There we can see the vegetative part, or the vegetation, the greenish plant that can be developed until these leaves are well grows, are developed well. Before this can be growth and develop as well. Why? Because if the leaves of these branches or leaf of the trees, they can be combined to each other, so the sunlight couldn't be placed to the ground. Why? Because this can be acted as a tent through which the through the sunlight could not pass and come to this particular layer. So before going to this, before developing these leaves in a larger quantities, these plants have to grow and develop well. Why? Because when this develop, it can be formed as a canopy. So that one is called as a canopy. So these are the different forms. Here we can say canopy play a very important role to the different type of aerial animals, like birds and a species of birds can have residence, or they can be live there as their habitats. Most of the organism can have into the plant in the form of a nest as well, and they can survive most of time here. So we can say that it is the habitat or the residential place by which any birds can be survive over there. So here we have to move on. There are these are acted as a floor, but that one is acted as a what we can say the roof, or the cover, or the coverage, or the roof through which this can be stayed over here. So most of the sunlight could not be faces by these plants as well. Here we have to talk about the role of the decomposers. We will discuss on the role of the decomposers. So the next topic is the role of the decomposers. The role of the decomposers. Decomposer play a significant role, very important role. For what purposes as well? You know, there is a most important significant role of decomposers. How it can be happen? We know that there is a molds, bacteria, fungi. These play a significant role for the decomposition of the dead and decaying plants and animal residue. So what we can say, most of the wastage from plants and animals, wastage from plants and animals, or we can say the remaining part of remains from the plants and animal, or we can say the dead and decaying parts of plants and animal. So here we can say that the decomposers are the microorganism that can decomposes remains of the death and decaying plants and animal remains which has to be decomposed, and this can play a very significant role. Suppose if there is some organism or some animal get died, what will happen then? If it is rotten, or it can spread out the very bad odor if it is not consumed or decomposed well. So here is the microorganism that can play a very significant role, a very important role for the decompositions. So the decomposition is the process in which the microorganism can feed out the remaining portion of the dead and decaying plants and animal parts. So that could be a very important role of the decomposers. So decomposers play as a environmental cleaner. Why they are called as an environmental cleaner? Because most of the animals and plants, when died, the remaining of most plants and animals, that can be cleaned by these decomposers. Here if there is an organism death, so might be the environment got very bothered, or they can be the smells, or a bad smell can spread out over an area or in the environments too. So this environment can be cleaned by the consumption of these dead and decaying parts of the animal. So this is a very important part through the microorganism to decompose these tiny microorganism decomposes whatever the remaining portion of the plants and animal as well. So this can be now when the clean our environment by feeding these such type of a remaining portion, they can play a very important and significant role to clean our environment. Why? Because they could act as a cleaning agent, or it is called as the cleaning it is also called as the microorganism or decomposers are called as environment cleaner. Here we have to know that cleaning agent of our environment we can say as well. The cleaning agent of our environment is known as the microorganism, which is called as decomposition. So the decomposers are those such can play a very significant role for the decomposition of the organism. So here we have to know that if they are not available for a long period of time, here will be the fulfilled of the dead and decaying plants and animal residue over here and there, and our environment get very bothered and can fail the unhealthy environment for the living of all organisms in surroundings. So this is all about the forest. We will discuss later on to the